So good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you to the December 12th, 2023 meeting of the Calvert County Board of Commissioners. At this time, I'd like to ask Pastor Tarpey if she would come forward and give us an invocation. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Father, we just thank you for being so good, Father, so faithful, Lord. Thank you for every time that you've protected this county, Lord. Thank you for every provision that you've made for this county, Lord. Now we're just asking, God, that you would go before us, Lord, that you would lead and guide this meeting today, Lord. Father, we're asking, God, that as every decision is made, anything is acknowledged, Lord, we're asking, Lord God, that your wisdom that comes from your throne would lead us and guide us, Lord. Lead and guide our decision making. Father, your kingdom come, your will be done in this meeting as it is in heaven. Father, we thank you for everything that you're doing and everything that you will continue to do, Father, as we yield to you, Father. As leaders in this community, Father, I pray, God, that you would deal with our hearts, Father, when we make decisions, Father, that are not a reflection of your heart, Lord, and give us the boldness and the courage, Father, to make decisions on the behalf of this county that are a reflection of your heart and your nature. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. And Pastor Tarpey comes to us from Revive Church. We greatly appreciate you joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I think we have a guest. Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Morning.
Morning.
It'll be kind of a quick trip. I'm a little busy this year. So,
We're glad you could join us.
well, thank you.
Good morning. Merry Christmas to everybody. It's going to be kind of quick, so that's for the attorney there. This is for the deputy, and let's see here. What else?
We're all screened, right?
What's that? Yes, you did. Thank you. Everybody's getting cold this year because
I'm not
This
going to
is
thank him till I see what's in it.
John, I think
everybody
yours
kind
is
of gets
ticking.
the same. And Merry Christmas to you, Miss Gratho. You've been very bad. There you go. You guys can go ahead and open them.
Right.
Go ahead and open. I'll get you the last few.
Oh, good. I got a bag of coal.
Okay. So here you go. Here you go. And for you as well. And
Everything shaped like a fishing rod in there.
I think there's another one in here. Yep.
It's coming.
Mr. Ireland, do you have something we can put over top of these pieces of coal?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a grill?
Here you go. There you go.
I was hoping
All
something
right,
was
well,
shaped like a fishing rod,
Thank
but I
you
don't
guys
see
very
it.
much. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Well, Santa, thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you for visiting us in Calvert County. We know you're really busy
Wait,
and you have a lot of
wait.
places to be.
Did you say Calvert?
I did say it.
Ah,
Calvert County.
doggone it. I got a new elf. His name's Bob. And, he just gave us bad directions. So hang on a minute.
I knew this wasn't mine.
No.
I mean, this is
My
Kingsford,
mistake.
though.
Commissioner Allen wants to keep his.
Todd wants it for his grill.
You're still an attorney, right?
Yes, sir.
You still keep yours.
Oh, thank you, Santa.
There you go.
Santa, where did you think you were?
I thought I was one county over.
Santa,
But Santa loves everybody, right?
Well, he's honest.
Santa, did you know that the commissioners got,
Well, everybody gets something.
Thank you, Santa.
So,
Santa, did you know that the commissioners got AAA bond rating yesterday?
Yesterday.
really, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And speaking of finances, do you know how much my slate cost me?
How much is a new sleigh? I don't know.
Nothing, it's on the house.
Nice setup, man.
Okay, already got you guys. You still get the coal. There you go. You know, I heard that you guys got little elves in the back. Is one of them named Daryl by any chance?
He is.
He knocked.
And his other
It's-
brother,
He
Daryl.
knocked.
Do I still have more? Here, let's see.
This is more like it, Santa.
Rolo.
You guys got to share, remember.
What? We don't know if they've been naughty or nice.
Commissioner Ireland, I'm sorry. I really messed up this morning. That new elf, Bob.
Thank you. You're supposed to be a fishing rod?
Maybe there's a reel in here.
Hey, there's a little elf. Hang on, Daryl. Daryl. Hey, he has to share these with the elves in the back.
He's coming.
There you go. And you know, I have one left. I have one left because I heard that there was a guy here. Who was it? I think his name was Marty. Yeah, there you go. One for you, Mr. Marty.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. Merry Christmas.
Well, Santa, thank you very much.
Way to get good press.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And you know,
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
do you know why I'm?
See,
You know,
you did it.
you never hear why I'm ever sick.
Why?
It's because I have private health care. Merry Christmas,
Santa,
everyone.
you're right. Merry Christmas, Santa.
Todd will help carry that coal out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they have an attorney?
Look at the bright side. You could cook a steak tonight. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Have a safe trip, Santa.
Thank you,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You know,
All right.
I have been here for 9 of these.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although, I mean, we didn't get the wishes. I was kind of looking forward for you sitting on Santa's lap and
I was
the
prepared.
tradition.
I
You
know. I know. Santa's got a bad knee, and he said he
Need some more of that elf
yeah
care.
he drew a line in the sand. No sitting in a lap. So yeah. All right, we do have some business to take care of. So the next item on the agenda is to approve the agenda.
Mr. President, I move we approve and adopt the agenda as submitted, but removing the carbon monoxide grant from consent.
Second.
Have motion and second that we approve an adopted agenda, removing item 1 under consent. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So I do have a couple of public service announcements today. Unfortunately, as we start every meeting, we have to send our condolences to the Dave Harvey family. Mr. Harvey was a member of the Environmental Commission in Calvert County and was a great public service advocate. So I want to thank him for his efforts and send our condolences along to his family. And although I wasn't able to be here Saturday, I heard that we had an outstanding Christmas event in Calvert County. And I want to thank, there are so many people to thank because it takes a lot of work and effort. Our staff, Parks and Rec, Economic Development, our employees, DPW, the Sheriff's Office. I heard, as I said, I couldn't be here, but I heard it was amazing. And you can go to Calvert Broadcast. There's a video. You can watch the parade. I heard there was maybe a couple thousand people here Saturday. And they had an ice skating rink set up in front of the Sheriff's Office. They had 60 floats in the parade. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank everybody and our own Commissioner Grasso for being the Grand Marshal of the parade. But it's been a long time since we had a Christmas parade in Prince Frederick. So just want to warn everybody, next year it's going to be bigger and better. Can't guarantee the weather, but, because I heard you had excellent
Oh, it was
weather.
beautiful.
But next year, we're going to make more improvements, and we're going to make this the biggest event of the year in Calvert County. That's our goal.
good.
Yeah. So again, thank everybody, and especially those who came out and participated. Also, tomorrow is the 387th birthday of the National Guard. Want to make sure that we recognize the National Guard and for their service to this country. And also, those of you that follow us, a couple weeks ago, if you recall, the Secretary of Transportation for Maryland, Wiedenfeld, was here. We talked about our projects that were coming up, and they told us that, they were working on 231 safety control efforts and different projects, and everything was on track and all was good. Last Monday, MDOT announced that they have a $1.3 billion deficit and that no projects are moving forward that aren't bid out by this coming January 1. So none of the projects in Calvert County are going to be moving forward. We hope that they're going to at least finish paving Brooms Island Road, because it's a nightmare. And especially in the announcement, what was of great importance to our citizens is the commuter buses are going to end. Sometime between now and July 1, they say they're looking for grants, a federal grant maybe. The commuter bus system has been in trouble since COVID. I've been watching the numbers. Ridership is at like in the 30% range. People working at home, nobody's riding the buses like they used to, but it's a vital service. And when those buses end, all those cars are going to be on the road again for those people that are going to work. Besides the fact that those people now have to find parking in D.C. and afford to pay for it. So I would encourage everybody out there that uses the commuter bus system to start writing some letters, because that's the only thing that's going to save the bus system. And it was very discouraging to hear that the buses may go away. So we hope that everyone will take a little time and write a letter.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
we are experiencing some technical difficulties. The audio is not going out on
Well,
the
people are
streaming.
probably very happy.
It is how the board provides its minutes to the public, and it is for the recording. I don't know if you want to take a short 5-minute break.
I guess we're going to take a break until they can hear me, for those that care.
I apologize.
That's okay.
Is it just our mics, or is it temporary mics, or the portable mics out too, do you know?
Nothing was coming through
Okay.
on the audio stream.
How far back do we have to go to start?
I don't know that,
No?
we're going to
All
take a
right.
short recess for
Short break?
Yes.
We'll let you know when we have service back. Gentlemen, if you're watching, you figured out we don't have audio through our normal channels, but what we have determined is if you go to the YouTube channel, you can get audio. And that's calvertcountymaryland.gov/stream. So anybody out there watching, to get audio, you have to go to calvertcountymaryland.gov/stream to get audio. So we're going to continue on. And I still have a couple of public service announcements. On this coming Sunday from 4 to 6, the Budweiser Clydesdales are going to be in North Beach. So if you have any interest in seeing them, you can go to North Beach and see them. Actually, I think that is my last public service announcement. All right, so that takes us to elections. Mr. County Attorney.
Morning, sir. The Board of County Commissioners are prescribed by state law to conduct elections of the President of the Board of County Commissioners. So at this time, we'll ask for nominations for President and nominations for Vice President.
I'll make a motion, President Hance, stay where he's at.
Okay. Are there any other nominations for President? Hearing none. Are there nominations for Vice? Well, that's good if we could have a vote on that motion.
All in favor?
Aye. No. Too bad, so I'm saying.
Mr. President, would you like to conduct the vote for Vice?
I can. Just want to thank all of you. It is an honor and a privilege to serve as your president. And just for those of you watching, we have a great board. It's my second term, and this board gets along better than any group I've seen around, to be honest. Everybody is focused on the same page, and while we don't always agree to everything, we move on, and it's a pleasure. So, thank you. The floor
And
is-
I'll say to that,
Uh-oh.
to President Hance, it's not a fun job. A lot of the hate mail goes right to the president of the board, and it really does. I mean, and because if you're happy in life, you're good. You just move on. But when you're mad, I want to see the president of the board. I've had people walk in my store, "Where's Mike Carton?" Like, he ain't here. I got Buddy Hance's number. I'm calling him. So that you do that, I want to personally say thank you, because it is extremely time consuming, and it adds another layer of difficulty to the job. So from me personally, thank you.
Thank you.
And I want to say, you represent us well. I've been very impressed this year, very thankful to have you on board as our president. So thank you for accepting again, even though you said no. You got it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So the floor is open for vice president. Are there nominations?
I nominate Catherine. Commissioner Grasso. Excuse me, I should say Commissioner Grasso first. I nominate Commissioner Grasso.
Are there any other nominations?
I'll second it.
Hearing no other nominations, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I gotta confess, I did that because I'm so lazy. I only have to slide my thing right over there, and I don't have to move that far.
All right. So next item on the agenda is a proclamation. Commissioner Ireland.
Candy, you want to make a move? You already have. Good.
Good, Candy, if you want to.
Am I good?
If you want to take the opportunity to introduce yourself and talk about the program.
Sure, thank you very much. Good Good morning, and thank you for having us here today. I'm Candace D'Agostino, and I'm the coordinator of the Calvert Alliance Against Substance Abuse. Today, we're here to designate December as Designated Driver Month, and what we've been doing for quite a few years is honoring our law enforcement officers with the most DUI arrests for the year. But prior to that, I would like to introduce some of our guests. I have the CASA Board President here, Joanne Faber-Tyrell, and our Vice President, Bonnie Dreyer. I also have our law enforcement partners here, Sheriff Cox, Lieutenant Jimmy Mearns from the Maryland State Police, and State's Attorney Bob Harvey. And I would be remiss if I didn't introduce our Maryland Highway Safety Office partners, because they do provide CASA with grant funding to provide the programs for the Designated Driver Program. And we have Mike Baumgardner, the Community Engagement Section Coordinator for the Southern Region, and Christina Utz, the Community Engagement Section Manager, and Cliff Jacobs, the Impaired Driving Prevention Program Manager. So if you don't mind, now I'll call up our officers, and then I'd like the Sheriff and Lieutenant Mearns to come forward to hand out the awards.
You gonna do first?
It doesn't matter, whoever.
Real quick, guys, Commissioners, thank you, Sheriff Cox here for doing this again with CASA. I want to thank all of our partners for another great year and for honoring all our deputies and Maryland State Troopers to keeping our roads safe. And I just want to emphasize the importance of having a designated driver, since it is Designated Driver Month. If you're going to a party, Christmas party, just make sure you have that driver available. My phone number's out there, so I'll even give you a ride home.
Commissioners, good morning and happy holidays to you. I want to thank you for having us all here today for this important milestone, another year almost in the books, so you can say. Candy, I want to thank you for everything that you do for law enforcement and for the citizens of this community, and every CASA board member for all your prevention efforts, and our partners with the Maryland Highway Safety Office for all of their financial support for enforcement and for education. It means a lot, but more so, I'm more thankful to every trooper and deputy in the room today. As a citizen of Calvert County, I feel easier when my wife leaves my home, when my son leaves my home, and they drive on our roadways, knowing that these dedicated men and women are out there every day doing what they do to keep us all safe. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bob Harvey, State's Attorney. I join with everyone here in thanking the officers who are present today for these awards, but also the other men and women who are not here today, who also help to protect our roads and keep us all safe. There's one truism about Calvert County. You can't go anywhere in Calvert County without having to drive there. So these people are the ones that are keeping all of us safe. I can't say enough about the Designated Driver Program. How simple is it to get a designated driver when you go out for the evening? The problem is that people don't realize. They think one drink, two drinks, I'm okay. You're not okay. You're not okay. It's a very simple thing to do, to ask somebody. My wife, one of the things about being state's attorney, no more going to the restaurant and driving home. My wife is now the designated driver. She doesn't like it, but she does it. It's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your words. I am now going to start with the Calvert County Sheriff's Office. Do you mind if I move the microphone to the side a
Do
little bit?
whatever you need to do.
Thank you. Deputy Tyler Bowen. Deputy Brenna Hudson. Deputy Tyrell Claggett. Deputy Ryan Jones. And now our officers from the Maryland State Police, Barrick Yu, Trooper First Class Matthew Morman,
You guys can come up if you'd like.
Trooper First Class Justin Kohler, and he could not be here today. Trooper First Class Kevin Bauer, and Trooper First Class Andrew Smith. And those are our 8 officers for 2023. So I want to thank everyone up there for.
Congratulations, everybody. So I've had the opportunity to work with Candy for years through the Calvert Alliance Against Substance Abuse and this program as well. Candy, thank you for what you do. Trooper Murins, Sheriff Cox, thank you for trying to keep our citizens safe on our roadways. Thank you. I'm going to read the proclamation. Whereas the Calvert Alliance Against Substance Abuse, Inc. is sponsoring a countywide impaired driving prevention campaign from December 1st, 2023 through January 2nd, 2024. Whereas the loss of life due to impaired driving is preventable. And whereas the Designated Driver Campaign provides a unique opportunity for Calvert County restaurants, clubs, bars, civic and service organizations to join forces with the Calvert Alliance Against Substance Abuse, local law enforcement, and Calvert County residents in promoting cooperative impaired driving prevention efforts. And whereas it is essential that all Calvert County citizens be aware of the importance of having a celebration plan in place, such as designated driver, and understand that their participation can help reduce impaired driving crashes in Calvert County. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of Calvert County Commissioners of Calvert County that all area restaurants, clubs, bars, civic and service organizations, and the citizens of Calvert County join the Calvert Alliance Against Substance Abuse, the Calvert County Sheriff's Office, and the Maryland State Police Barrack U in supporting the Designated Driver Campaign from December 1st, 2023 through January 2nd, 2024. Be it further proclaimed that all Calvert County citizens are urged to choose a designated driver for any upcoming holiday parties they may attend and not provide alcohol to those under the age of 21. Given under our hands and sealed this 12th day of December, 2023, signed by all 5. Come on up, ladies. Candy, you need to be in this. See, you're not hiding today.
I'll go over here. We'll add a little bit of black on this end. On that.
You can blink. This is your chance.
See you, sir. Congratulations.
How you doing, sir? Good seeing you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can I just wanted to add one more thing as the officers are leaving. I wanted to thank them and their families. I know their families, some of their family members are here, so I do want to thank those who came to support their officers today.
Good point. Thank you, Candy.
Next item on the agenda is an award, item 1, under Employee Recognition Committee, Team Excellence Award. Good morning.
Good morning again, Commissioners, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Wes LaPrey, formerly of the Technology Services Department, and I'm the retiree member of the Employee Recognition Committee, here today to introduce the Team Excellence Award. The Team Excellence Award acknowledges employees who excelled in a group setting, displayed cooperation and teamwork in support of a common goal or project which produced exemplary results. Today, the ERC is recognizing the planning and implementation team that deployed the Explore Recreation Reservation System. This team is known as a cross-functional team. This means they came together from multiple departments with a variety of work specialties to identify the requirements and functions and features of the new automated system supporting Parks and Recreation Department. In short, the system needed to allow access from mobile devices and home computers. It had to be web-based and cloud-based, which reduces the drain on county computing and networking resources, and eliminate downtime by not having to do software updates, system maintenance, daily backups, and a host of other work that takes the reservation system away from our customers. They worked together and identified the requirements and features, what we needed. They reviewed and selected a vendor, tested the product, deployed the new system, and resulting in a virtually seamless transition, bringing immense value to our citizens. It meets all the demands of the Parks and Recreation Department and promises to enhance experience for our customers. Moreover, the improved reporting tools within the system provide a comprehensive insight, enhancing our ability to monitor and evaluate and further refine our programs to better serve the county staff, our customers, and our citizens. As I introduce the employees from the Parks and Recreation Department and the Technology Services Department, please come forward and be recognized by the commissioners. Let me get out of the way. From the Parks and Recreation Department, we have Ken Geyer, Recreation Systems Analyst, Detoria Jacks, Business Manager, Linda Jones, Event and Marketing Coordinator, and Nate Smith, Recreation Division Chief. And from Technology Services, we have Uwe Pappas, Systems Analyst, John Silcox, Network Supervisor, and Colin Robbins, Application Portfolio Manager. As the Director of Technology Services noted in his nomination package for the award, what sets this team apart is not just their technical prowess, but their adaptability and eagerness to embrace change. The smooth implementation process they orchestrated is a testament to their commitment to elevating their skills and pushing the technological boundaries. For exemplary work and dedication, the ERC is pleased to present the Explore Planning and Implementation Team to you for the Calvert County Team Excellence Award. These folks provide another powerful example of how much can be accomplished with a coordinated and collaborative interdepartmental effort. We thank the team for their extraordinary effort and for being part of the reason that Calvert County is an awesome place to live and work. Finally, thank you, Commissioners, for your continued support of the Employee Recognition Committee and for giving us the forum to recognize Calvert County's truly extraordinary workforce. Congratulations. I'm sure the department head, Stephen Pereira, and Shannon Nazal would like to say some words.
Good morning, Shannon Nazal, Director of Parks and Recreation. This project has been on our radar in Parks and Recreation for many years. Our team has been working tirelessly to make sure that we had the right product, that staff had the right training and the right resources to make it as seamless as a transition as possible for both staff and the public. And I couldn't be more thrilled with how well the transition went. It was one thing where I didn't feel nervous in the transition, and that alone made all the difference in the world because I knew this team had it, that they were able to make sure that the citizens had all of the information they needed, that staff had all the information needed, and everyone was available to help folks in that transition. So day one of implementation, these folks weren't sitting behind the desk. They were at all the sites, making sure everything was working, and I couldn't be more happy with the results. So this team from Parks and Rec and from Technology Services, kudos to you for an amazing job on this transition to this new program that is ultimately a better fit for our citizens in providing them the recreation programs that we do. So thank you very much, and congratulations.
Stephen Pereira, Director of Technology Services. There's not really too much more that I can add that Wes Lepre and Shannon Nadal didn't already say. Just to underline the importance of this system, this is a turn-of-the-century technology that has been underpinning our parks and recreation system. So it's what supports the beaches, or every time that you want to book a soccer game or a basketball course. It's also part of the community centres when you go and you pay for things in the swimming pool or you pay for entry. It will be Rec Track and now Explore. So it was an immensely complex rollout, and it went incredibly smoothly. There was an awful lot that could go wrong. And one of the main reasons I wanted to nominate this team is this is a fusion team, and it is really the embodiment of the perfect technology rollout. It was led largely by the subject matter experts in Parks and Recreation. They did the testing, they did the training, and they brought the knowledge to the table. And Technology Services were able to support them with the complex technical elements of the project. And it just went seamless, so well. Well done, everybody. Thank you.
Congratulations. Oh. Traffic. Yeah, we keep the traffic. Next item on the agenda on awards is Employee Recognition Committee, Employee of the Month. Miss Amelia? No, it's not you again. Not you ever.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Amalia Fleek-Tam on
I'm sorry.
behalf, it's all right, Calvert County. On behalf of the Employee Recognition Committee, here to introduce the November Employee of the Month. The Employee of the Month acknowledges superior job performance in effective public contact, quality or quantity of work, actions that improve the public's image, the county's public image, respect for fellow employees, and contributions toward organizational morale. Our November 2023 Employee of the Month is our fabulous webmaster, Jen Sterling. Jen Sterling, would you please come forward to be recognized? Jen is being recognized for her leadership in mastering the Zen City platform. Zen City is a web tool that allows us to foster citizen feedback, monitor trends, and see how our policies are doing, and make judicious decisions on where to put our resources. She enthusiastically took command of this program, attending weekly meetings, tailoring the program to meet Calvert's particular needs, and then training CMR staff on this program. Jen's mastery of this program, you can stand more forward, please, because this next sentence I worked very hard on. Jen's mastery of this program placed her among the top 12 individuals globally to collaborate with Zen City developers. So that is a fantastic achievement, which you never told me about. but I won't hold it against you. So on top of her mastery with Zen City, she is our fantastic webmaster. She does great work streamlining our websites, making them sleeker, easier to understand by the general public. She cuts down the policy wonk and just gets straight to the point, unlike I do. And it really does help improve our public image and make our citizens able to understand what we're doing, get our updates, learn about our programs. She also is a champion of making our websites accessible to people of all abilities, which is something many people don't see, but on the back end of those websites, she can explain it better, but there are tools and tricks so that people of all abilities can still access that information that's on our website. She is a fantastic team player. She's always letting us know about the work that her other team members are doing. She's flexible. She pivots when I make all sorts of changes. She's really incredible, if you can't get that message. So I know that your workload is immense, but you handle it with grace, and you're just wonderful at making us look good. So thank you very much, Jen. You absolutely deserve this award.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amalia. Good Lord, I don't know what to add to that. I had to pull her off the stage with a candy cane. In Jen's short time here, she's done really amazing things, as you've already heard. She's done website redesigns. She has engineered a number of business practices in our department that have really improved workflows. And she has renegotiated contracts that saves the county thousands of dollars. So this Gen City project is what it's called in my department. Took her to the next level. Other counties are following in her footsteps and all of the work that she's done. And now we can gladly engage with the citizens on a deeper level on your behalf. So thank you for all of your hard work on this project, and I look forward to seeing what she does next. Congratulations.
Hi, Jen. I just want to add and emphasize how much of an asset Jen truly is to Calvert County government. She is really an out-of-the-box thinker, a problem solver. You're never going to hear Jen say, that's not in my job description. She is always willing to step in and do whatever needs to be done. And if you haven't seen Zen City yet, you can access it at www.calvertcounty.md-gov/ Speak Up Calvert. So there you go. Congratulations, Jen.
You should.
Well, thank you everyone for all the kind words. It has been really great working with CMR. It really is a team effort. We all work really well together, and I wouldn't have been able to do any of the things they're talking about without the help of our staff. So, thank you.
Thank you.
She was bringing me flowers. I was confused.
Oh, you should.
Oh, you did? Oh, you did? Yeah. Again,
So the next item on the agenda is appointments. Deputy Administrator Turner.
Good morning, Commissioners. Linda Turner, Deputy County Administrator. You have before you appointments to either a board, commission, or committee today. The first is the Gambling Permit Review Committee. Staff requests that the board appoint Captain Roscoe Jones. He will be the law enforcement representative for the committee. Following this appointment, there will be 2 alternate vacancies which will remain.
Make a motion, we appoint Roscoe Jones.
Second.
A motion and a second that we appoint Captain Roscoe Jones to fill the law enforcement vacancy to the Gambling Permit Review Committee. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The second is for the Housing Authority of Calvert County. Staff requests that the board reappoint Harriet Gossett and Judy Hooker. In addition, appoint William Gorman to the one remaining vacancy. Following these appointments, no vacancies will remain.
I move that we reappoint Judy J.C. Hooker and Harriet Gossett and appoint William Gorman to the Housing Authority of Calvert County.
Second.
I have a motion and a second that we reappoint Judy Hooker and Harriet Gossett, and we appoint William Gorman to the Housing Authority of Calvert County. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The next is the Veterans Affairs Commission. Staff requests that the board reappoint Dr. Brandon Temple as the Educational Administrative Representative. Following this appointment, there will be no vacancies remaining.
Move to approve.
I have a motion and a second that we reappoint Dr. Brandon Temple to the Veterans Affairs Commission. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The next is Social Services Advisory Board. Staff requests that the board appoint Melissa Shaming and Stephanie Lang. Following these appointments, one vacancy will remain for this board.
I move that we appoint Melissa Shaming and Stephanie Lang to the Social Services Advisory Board. Second.
I have a motion and a second that we appoint Melissa Shaming and Stephanie Lang to the Social Services Advisory Board. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And last, Economic Development Advisory Commission. Staff requests that the board appoint Mary Lanham, Colleen Berglund, David Vollmer, and Dale Moore. Following these appointments, there will be 3 remaining vacancies.
I move that we appoint Mary Lanham, Colin Berglund, Dale Moore, and I didn't have that other name,
David Vollmer.
to the Economic Development Advisory Commission. I move that we approve a waiver pursuant to Code Section 11-2E and appoint David Vollmer to the Economic Development Advisory Commission.
Second.
I have a motion and a second that we appoint Mary Lanham, Coleman Berglund, Dale Moore to the Economic Development Advisory Commission, and also that we waive the residency requirement under Code Section 11-2E. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
I think that concludes
This
our
concludes our item.
appointments for today. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is public hearing, Office of the County Attorney.
Morning, Commissioners. John Norris, County Attorney. I'm going to read the introduction for the 3 public hearings that you have, so you won't have to redo that. There are 3 public hearings scheduled for today. All hearings were duly advertised, and the certificate of publication is made part of the record of each of the hearings. Citizens were invited to provide comment at any or all of the hearings after each presentation is concluded. Each of the 3 hearings may have do have a separate comment period, and sign-up sheets are located to my left, rear left at the podium. Anybody that wishes to provide public comment is encouraged, is asked to sign up to make public comments. Okay. First public hearing is Budget Amendment BA 2024-198. The purpose of this budget amendment is to provide the resources for the county administrator's office to solicit professional services for legal services within specialty practice areas and to perform internal audits. Certain areas of practice of law are so specialized that they warrant hiring counsel with active knowledge in the area for the efficient use of taxpayer funds. So anybody that watched Santa Claus earlier did happen to leave a box of coal at my desk. However, because I am an experienced negotiator, I was able to upgrade that box of coal to a candy cane. But there are areas of practice, in particular tax practice, where it is more efficient for us to hire outside counsel that has knowledge and works in those areas daily than it is for the taxpayers to try and teach me or any of our other attorneys that area of practice. So these will provide funds for the county administrator to decide where it is appropriate to use those funds. All additional funds are being sought for the county administrator to solicit internal audits of efficiency and alignment of job performance. The fiscal impact is $800,000 as reflected in Exhibit A to the resolution. Following the public hearing, if appropriate, based upon comments received, staff requests that the board consider adopting a motion to close the record and approve and adopt resolution enacting budget adjustment BA 2024-198. The floor has been open for public comment. There is nobody that has joined us on Zoom, and I know there is one speaker who is signed up to speak for this. So we're going to ask, reading the next part. The floor has been open for public comment on this hearing. Resolution 6-89 was adopted and is available here today to maintain the order and decorum of the governmental process. Speakers are asked to provide their name and address, whether they are speaking as individuals, will be allocated 2 minutes, or as the designated representative of the group, will you be allocated 5. So, Mr. Cormier, I believe you were the only one who has signed up.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Joseph Cormier. I'm at 9201 Sam Owings Place in Owings, Maryland. I'm not against this. I believe we do need expertise when we can get it. I'm a little concerned $800,000 coming up as a emergent expense and not as part of the regular budget process. And I'm concerned that I didn't hear any controls on the process, that we're just going to allow the county administrator or the attorney's team to spend $800,000 without checking in if they're going to spend over X amount. So it's all taxpayer dollars. Again, anything we can do to improve services and increase workflow, productivity, synergistic, all those fun words, let's do it, but let's make sure we're doing everything above board. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is the only person who has signed up to speak, and again, there's still no one online.
Just to comment to the speaker, even though it doesn't show in here, we do approve those expenditures when necessary, when needed, and I can assure you, we don't spend money that we don't need to. Any other discussion? Motion?
Yes, sir. All right, Mr. President, I make a motion to close the record and approve and adopt the resolution enacting budget amendment BA 2024-000, I think it said 30, excuse me, 198.
Second. A motion and a second that we close the record, approve and adopt the resolution enacting budget amendment BA 2024-000198. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
That brings us to the second public hearing, Department of Finance and Budget, FY 2024 Land Preservation Recordation Tax Funding Budget Amendment. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Bruce Miller, Finance Director. Just want to introduce the subject matter, and then I'll have Deputy Director Sharon, to read the overview. So this is Budget Amendment 2024-00156, which is the fiscal year 24 Land Preservation Recordation Tax Funding Budget Amendment. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Sharon Strand, the Deputy Director of Finance and Budget. Today, we're here for budget adjustment, as Bruce said. Background: the Board of County Commissioners established through Resolution 69-99, which increased the recordation tax from $3.30 to $5 in order to finance land preservation efforts. Discussion: in fiscal year 2023 and 2024, the adopted budget did not include the transfer from the general fund to the land preservation fund for recordation taxes. Fiscal impact: budget adjustment fiscal year BA 2024-00156 would transfer $1.70 of the $5 as follows. For fiscal year 2023, funding the budget amendment would increase the fiscal year 2024 general fund use of prior year fund balance revenue category and increase transfers to the land preservation spend category in the amount of $2,589,704. It would also, for fiscal year 2024 funding, the budget amendment would reduce the general fund recordation tax revenue category and increase the interest income revenue category in the amount of $2,380,000. The above two checkpoints will increase the land preservation fund dash recordation tax revenue category by $4,969,704 and increase the following spend categories. The first being par purchase and retirement for $2 million. Second being the TDR purchase and resale for $1 million. And three, preservation of land for $1,969,704. Conclusion recommendations. The Department of Finance and Budget requests that the Board of County Commissioners to hold a public hearing, accept public comment, and move to close the record and approve and adopt the resolution enacting Budget Amendment BA 2024-000156 to increase the fiscal year 2024 as set forth in the budget amendment.
And no one has signed up to speak, and there is still no one online.
Mr. President, motion?
Yes, sir.
I'd just make a quick comment, Mr.
Go ahead.
President, if I may.
Sure.
I'm all about this. You know, we've talked as a board of trying to preserve Calvert County and its rural character, and this is just another step. See, this is one of those ones where you go, how did we get here from here? But this is the type of things that, and I'm really hoping that this puts another shot of making it more successful. So I'm very happy we're doing this today. I'm glad that we're moving forward with this.
And we do get questions once in a while about the amount of money that's in the budget, but, you know, when you campaign, the number one thing that you hear about, whether they're county natives or new residents, they moved here and they stay here for a reason. And it's because of the rural nature of this county, and we all talk about the traffic issues that we have, and more houses just add to that traffic. So I think this board, I don't want to speak out of turn, you know, is fully focused on making sure we retain the rural character of Calvert County to the best of our ability. So we've done some analysis, and while it seems like a lot of money, in the long run, it saves us money.
Sure does,
So
absolutely.
I think that we all agree on that. So it's money wise spent. The issue is we have money that we can't spend. So any of you out there that own property, please don't hesitate to reach out. Motion, sir?
I move we close the record and approve and adopt the resolution enacting budget amendment BA 2024-000156.
Second. I have a motion and a second that we close the record, approve and adopt the resolution enacting budget amendment BA 2024-000156. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. One more public hearing, item 3, Department of Public Works, MD 765A and Commerce Lane Road Transfer. Morning, Director.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I like that.
We're here for the land transfer of Maryland 765A and Commerce Lane. Background, in August of 2017, the Board of County Commissioners and the State Highway Administration of the Department of Transportation entered into a memorandum of understanding. According to the MOU, upon completion of construction of this project, SHA and the county shall immediately enter into a road transfer agreement. This road transfer agreement was executed in June of 2022, which spelled out the following. 1, SHA will convey the new service road and Old Maryland 765A, including all the improvements made to these roadways to the county. And 2, the county shall donate Commerce Lane, including all the modifications made to that roadway to the SHA. Discussion. The Department of Public Works is holding a public hearing to finalize the road, or the transfer of, as defined in the road transfer agreement with the Maryland State Highway Administration. The road transfer agreement stated the following. 1, SHA will convey the new service road and Old Maryland 765A, including all improvements made to those roadways to the county. And 2, the county shall donate Commerce Lane, including all modifications made to the roadway to SHA. Fiscal impact is none. And conclusion and recommendation, the Department of Public Works requests the Board of County Commissioners to review and appropriate, close the record, and have the Department of Public Works return in 10 days for a decision to comply with the acceptance and conveyance of lands and improvements as set forth in the road transfer agreement.
So just for everyone's, can you sort of explain where this is?
Correct. So 765A is basically from Outback in Prince Frederick down to Maryland 2 and 4. Basically the grass strip where Main Street used to come out and intersect Route 4. The service road is on the west side of Route 4, which is basically across from Commerce Lane that now serves what used to be the old animal hospital and the florist shop. And then, of course, Commerce Lane is a section from Outback out to Route 4 that we would transfer to the state.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody?
No, sir, nobody signed up and nobody online.
Thank you. Discussion, motion?
I move that we close the record.
Second.
I have a motion second to close the record. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Shouldn't you be coloring that beard white for the season? Just,
Since you took over.
oh, dear, that, the county administrator said, it's getting whiter as you've taken on this job, so, you know.
I tend to agree with that.
We just need to get you a red hat and you'll be ready to go.
But your bows took away from that on Saturday.
Ah, sorry, I missed that. Next item on the agenda is consent. We have several items under consent today. Item 1 was removed. Item 2, Department of Public Safety, Huntington Volunteer Fire Department Rescue Squad Apparatus Grant for Bus 6. Item 3, Department of Planning and Zoning Historic Preservation Tax District Tax Credit 2022-08 Morgan Hill Farm. Item 4, Department of Public Works, Calvert County Strategic Roadway Safety Plan. Item 5, Department of Parks and Rec, Chesapeake and Coastal Grant for the fiscal year 2025 Flag Ponds Nature Park Living Shoreline. Item 6, Department of Parks and Rec, National Recreation and Park Association supporting healthy aging in Parks and Recreation Grant. Item 7, Department of Public Safety, Maryland Institute for Emergency Medical Services Systems, FY 2024 Cardiac Device Grant Award. Are there any objections listed under items under consent today?
I have none.
I have none.
Hearing none, those items will be adopted as presented. And as I do occasionally, just for those watching and listening, items under consent, we do see those ahead of time. If any commissioner has a question, those items get pulled. They're generally items that are just pretty straightforward, grant agreements, grant approvals, things that in previous times took a lot of time in our meetings, but we've adopted a consent policy, and now we address those as consent. And if you didn't know, this is our last meeting before Christmas, and it's been shortened a little bit because there is a Christmas event today that we all need to get to, and we do have executive session. So that brings us to public comment. Mr. County Attorney.
Thank you, sir. There is one meeting advertised for 3:30 on the 19th, but it will be done virtually. So, the board has adopted Resolution 1989 intending to maintain the order and decorum of the governmental process. A copy is found here to my right. And by Resolution 51-20, persons are welcome to address the Board of County Commissioners on matters germane to the business of county government. Persons addressing the board shall refrain from statements, remarks, or conduct that is uncivil, rude, vulgar, profane, or otherwise disruptive to the conduct of the board's business. All speakers are asked to identify themselves and whether speaking as an individual or where you be allocated 2 minutes, or as the appointed spokesperson of a group where you be allocated 5. Nobody is attending virtually, so anyone in the room, please make your way to the microphone if you wish to provide public comment.
Good morning, County
Morning.
Commissioners.
Morning.
My name is Cindy Griffith. I live at 470 West Stairs Beach Road, also known as Calvert Pines 2. My background is I came to your county because of Breezy Point Beach and campground. During the COVID thing, we supported it and stayed there, and I became a happy resident of your county. I am a U.S. veteran, a retired Maryland school nurse, and I'm concerned with the way that the Breezy Point thing has happened. I have no prepared remarks because I just saw an email coming from Mr. Hance to one of that this would not be a big deal. Many of us retained our equipment through the renovations as we were informed that we would be welcome back as seasonal campers. It takes about 3 days to load in the campground. It also takes about 3 days to load out the campground. The infrastructure is not there for people moving in and out, even weekly or bi-weekly, and that's the maximum amount of time. I think I'm a U.S. veteran. I come from a long line of veterans. My son is currently serving. I have been sworn an oath to support and defend my country and the rights thereof, and I think our rights are being impinged on by there being no process. Someone presents a solution, nobody gives us any say in the matter, and then we're told that the promises made will not be withheld, will be not supported. And I think it's wrong. I think that's not the oath I took. That's not the, we have a voice in how we are treated. And I don't think we'd allow anyone else to treat us this way, as to not give a voice to the people impacted. As per the neighbors who will receive 100 more vehicles up and down the road, at least bi-weekly, because that's the longest term you can stay.
Please wrap up your comments.
They need to be at least asked, if not the seasonal campers who are very affected too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Felix Smith, Ellicott City, Maryland, and I'm actually a retired school teacher, 39 years, football coach for 21 years, and a meat cutter for 21 years. That adds up to 3 jobs for many years as I work. But I'm also speaking on behalf of the Breezy Point Campground. I have sent emails and have no reply, so I decided to write down this morning, and I know I only have 2 minutes, and it's pretty fast to speak that much, but I'm very happy to see that I had some support, which I had no idea that the lady was going to say what she did. But there is many things that haven't been thought through. And I think as commissioners, you do make many decisions for many people. I've heard all the great things about the web stuff. I've done that. It is great. Preserving our county. You got one of the gems of the place, but it's specifically for a certain situation. It is not for the daily campers. They come in and they do their thing, and they have a place to have fun and enjoy their families. But the beach itself, the water, you've never been in it? I've only been in it once. I've been in Breezy Point for 11 years. I've been there for the bad times that you let us stay there. And as bad times, we got rid of the bad people that were there. And now it's a very safe place to go. We've only had, in our campground site, there's been 2 issues that I'm aware of between campers, seasonal campers. And there's been many issues from the daily people. You're going to have to increase a lot more staff members there. You're going to be losing a sure probably $300,000 from the seasonal campers. That, I just heard about the budget not having anything after July 1st. So you have some income coming in. The biggest thing I think is it hasn't been a public forum. And secondly, the people that end up going to this place, you're going to have a lot of traffic. I have a fifth wheeler that I just purchased for Breezy Point, and I have a professional take it in to Breezy Point.
Please wrap up your comments.
Excuse me?
Your time has expired. Please wrap up your thoughts.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for letting me wrap up. I would really love for this to actually be rethought out a little bit more, and I really think there's a lot of things that hasn't been considered. And there's things that I haven't even said today just because I'm not used to speaking. By the way, I thank you for having an awesome day, for coming to one of these events, Santa, and all the great presentations. And I got to say, I've never felt any safer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's a lot of legal issues, too.
Next speaker.
There's trucks going in and out.
Next speaker.
Good morning again, Commissioners. My name is Joe Cormier. I want to start today and celebrate my sister, Catherine Wolber, who achieved her National Board certification as a teacher here in Calvert County. And I want to congratulate all the teachers and educators who achieved their National Board certification. And for those who are still working on it, keep going. It's going to be a great boon to our county to have that. And to those who are thinking about it, please do so. I am also the parent member of the Maryland Center for School Safety Sub-Cabinet Advisory Board panel. And I just want everyone to know that Maryland Safe Schools is the only official anonymous reporting system. Safe Schools Maryland operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If you see something, say something. It's better to be safe. You can call 1-833-MDB-SAFE or 1-833-632-7233 or go online and fill that out. It's an important tool that I don't think a lot of people are aware of, and in this current climate where there's lots of mental health issues and trauma that students are facing, it's important that we talk to our kids and recognize when the issues are arising and that we report them so that we can get those kids the help they need before something unfortunate happens. So I am happy to represent Calvert County on that board and to continue to speak out about it, and I look forward to working with you. I don't know if it's congratulations or condolences, but congratulations on your election as president, Mr. Hance, and Ms. Grasso as vice president. I look forward to working with this board for another year, and I look forward to working with the school system and the sheriff to continue to build on that school safety. So thank you so much. Merry Christmas, and enjoy the rest of your year.
Merry Christmas to you.
I'm gonna go breaking stuff.
Anyone else?
So, good morning, Commissioners. My name is Bob Estes, and I'm speaking for the Friends of Hunting Creek, and I did get the memo to wear a little red today. Not everybody apparently did. So, I've been looking forward to today. It gives me the opportunity to publicly thank all of the Commissioners and Super Katie for their exceptional help in providing letters of support for our grant application to get a watershed plan potentially implemented here. Let me give a bit of detail so the public understands the significance of the help provided by our elected officials and staff, because sometimes they just don't get anything but complaints, and I don't believe in just complaints. So my group's under the umbrella of ACLT, the Chestnut Land Trust, and we've been working diligently to apply for a grant which would give us the resources to produce this watershed plan that I mentioned before for Hunting Creek. County money would not be needed to produce the plan. Happy? Good. And no budget adjustments are going to be required. The plan could become a springboard for a variety of grant-funded projects such as stream restoration and other sorts of projects. For a variety of reasons, we, Friends of Hunting Creek, we're not grant writers, but we got a little late in terms of getting letters of support from the commissioners for inclusion in the grant application. These letters of recommendation will go along with the 90 letters of support from the citizens and concerned folks that aren't citizens. Both sets of letters could make a significant contribution to our chances to win this grant. With only days to meet the application deadline, and in desperation, we contacted the commissioners asking them for their help. We knew the commissioners were deeply engaged in preparations for the yearly MACO conference, and after listening to our explanations regarding the goals of the grant, the commissioners, along with Katie Brittain, did I get that right? Yeah. Okay. And perhaps others, provide us with the letters we had asked for just in time for us to include them in the application. We may never know these support letters put us over the top in winning this grant, but from my perspective, watching our Board of County Commissioners and staff putting in the effort for an environmentally significant purpose makes me feel grateful, proud, and hopeful. So let me tell you a little story. There once was an interesting development project at NASA for a new type of spacecraft propellant tank. It's a high-risk project which would pay off by adding years to the life of the spacecraft, which translates to saving hundreds of dollars in obtaining vital data. The highly diverse team of engineers across the country was formed to take on the task. All had their ideas of how the goal should be accomplished, but despite some rough moments, the team of individuals kept their eyes on the goal and were ultimately successful. NASA found the achievement significant enough to award the project manager a medal for his team's triumph. So why do I mention this story? Well, I believe we can follow the same philosophy that they had and in achieving improvements to our watersheds here in Calvert County. It's a team focus on the goal, not individual biases, team. I teach my Boy Scouts the exact same thing whenever they go on a high adventure camp. The Friends of Hunting Creek are looking forward to laying a foundation for citizens and county staff cooperating in environmentally sound efforts which may follow the completion of the watershed plan. A team effort focused on a goal to benefit our county and our neighbors. Together, we can show Calvert County, Southern Maryland, and beyond what even a small county can do to help improve the health of our watersheds, the Patuxent, and the Bay. We're small, but we already know that we roar. We've proven it in the past. Oh, and by the way, I was the engineer that got that, but it's not for me, it was for my team. And the people I worked with, people I was told, you can never work with these people, but they all work together. And we saved you, the citizens, well, I haven't checked in lately, but probably close to $500 million just by sticking together and sticking to our goal and doing what was right. Thank you. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Anyone else?
So that brings us to Commissioner, oh, I'm sorry. If you squeeze.
Sorry, I usually put that down.
I'm Patty Umke. I live at 1606 Cypress Road in St. Leonard, Maryland. Our community borders Flag Ponds, and I just wanted to say that our community, I have never met anybody that doesn't support the living shoreline that Karen Malines has worked so hard on. It's been, I guess, 5 years in the works, and I know that budget constraints made it get kicked down the road. I'd appreciate any priority that the board could give to this. I appreciate and commend Calvert County for the work they do with monitoring the critical area. I live in the critical area, and I'm not a native of Calvert County, but I get the vibe from all the people who have generations of their family that have lived here and how much the Bay is important and cherished and protected. And I can see where there is a stewardship within the county that is larger than the board. It's like, I don't know, in everybody's heart and soul. And so I would really appreciate any, anything that the county can do to help prioritize that. I totally support it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
I'm gonna raise it up, I guess.
Squeeze it, there you go.
Don't break it.
Can you guys hear me okay? Here we go.
Yes, sir.
So my name's Richard Wilder, and I'm the president of the Long Beach Civic Association. And so on behalf of the association, keep it really simple, 3 things. First of all, we are 100% in support of the Flag Ponds living shoreline, okay? Because we believe, Mike, as you said, it fully supports preserving the county, preserving the rural nature. Number 2, thank you. Thank you to you. Thank you to Karen. She's really continued to push this, and we appreciate it. And number 3 is a little visual. That doorway is a little bit shy of 7 feet. Every year, we lose that in shoreline down the street. So when you walk through it, give it some thought. Thank you. Happy holidays. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Gwen Haywood. I live in the house that is closest to the area that we're talking about, besides your Daryl. Daryl's closer than I am. But all I wanted to add is that pretty soon it's going to be before the commission to rename Flag Ponds because there's not going to be any ponds. We're ready to breach the ponds now. If we don't do something soon, we won't have the ponds. We've already lost a whole lot of eagles, a lot of trees. They're all down. Now you can't walk down the beach anymore. You have to crawl over the trees. So it's critical. And we could use any help to bolster that area. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Believe that's all.
Okay, that brings us to commissioner reports. Commissioner Grasso? Or
Okay.
Vice President Grasso, I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. On December 1, I was at the North Beach Parade, which was, it was wonderful. The lighting of the tree, the parade, it was great. I read a proclamation for one of our employees, Ron Babcock, who retired. I went to his retirement party with the proclamation. On the 2nd, I attended a Calvert County Republican Central Committee Christmas party. On the 4th, we were all together for the bond rating, on which we achieved or maintained our AAA bond rating, which is wonderful for the county. We were all at the Mako Winter Conference last week, and this Saturday, I was the Grand Marshal for the Calvert County Christmas Parade, which was absolutely wonderful. And not once when I did any of this past couple of weeks, did I ever feel afraid or frightened for myself. I knew if anything were to happen, my fellow commissioners have my back, staff has my back. I've never had to dodge a punch. I've never been called a bitch, although many think, but they're smart enough not to say
Give it time,
Yeah.
because they've called me all of it in 9 years.
Okay.
Never?
Not at work.
Oh, okay.
Not at work. You may think it, but
No,
don't
I'm just,
say it.
because
okay?
that would be a life accomplishment, Catherine, that's all I was saying.
Okay.
5
I've
minute
never
delay,
been
oh, 5
pushed.
second delay.
I've never been shoved to the ground. I've never been drug around on the ground. I've never had somebody get in my face and say, MFer, you better effing let go of me or I'm going to hurt/kill you. The teacher wasn't quite sure when she was on the ground if it was hurt or kill you. And I've never had to take assault leave, like some of our teachers have had to take. And this is going on in our county, and I hear it all the time. I was at a funeral, and a teacher came up to me, and she was enraged with the conditions that she has to teach under. We've lost a lot of teachers. Our teachers go into a combat zone every single day in a lot of our schools. And our principals are not holding the assailants responsible. We should have zero tolerance in our school system for the assault, verbal and physical assault that our teachers have to take. I'm appalled by it. I'm sickened for them because I get to come in a safe environment. I don't have that anxiety. I don't have to worry when I walk out the door. My husband doesn't have to worry. But just imagine how our teachers feel. We as parents are the first line of influence, of love, of care that we give our children and our grandchildren. Next to us is our teachers. They play such an important role. And to have the inmates running the asylum is something I never thought I would see in Calvert County. Thank you.
Commissioner Hart?
Well said.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to thank the staff and everybody and all the people that volunteered, came out and did the Christmas parade. It's been a long time since we've had something like that in the county. And Commissioner Hance, I know a couple years ago, he really went on a mission about trying to make this place look like Christmas time again. And it's been growing and growing, and I thank you, I really do. And they actually messed up and let me talk to Cub Scouts this week, which I hadn't done that in a while. I kind of talked to them like I don't know how that happened. And but I did have some 10-year-olds with some eyes this big, and so I always like that. And I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. It's still the best county you could ever live in. I mean, nothing's ever perfect, but I love living here. I think it's a privilege, and I just want to thank everybody that's helped me this year, especially staff. And and Super Katie has a new name, as I found out. So with Super Katie and all of them, and just welcome everybody new we've had to the team this year, and with our bond rating and everything. And just want to say thank you, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Commissioner Cox?
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to add one family to the prayers, the Patterson family, who lost a loved one this week. Like President Hance said earlier, we have a great board here. We always don't agree, but we listen to one another and we come to a conclusion. Would like to thank President Hance for accepting president again this year, and welcome Commissioner Grasso to vice president. I did attend a holiday function for North Beach, and they do have a wonderful mayor and staff running that town of North Beach. Just want to put that out there. We did have a wonderful Christmas parade this past weekend, and I would like to wish everyone a safe Merry Christmas and a safe holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Arlen?
So, as Catherine said, Mike touched on the bond rating. It was an enlightening experience. The county staff put together a video that portrayed our county as it was top notch. It really was. I'd like to be able to share that at some point with our citizens so they could see what was actually presented to them. But you have a bond rater sitting in Colorado, never been to Calvert County, and it really, really painted that picture for them. It couldn't have been done any better. We had Mako in Cambridge last week. There were some great sessions there, but I guess more important than that is the networking with representatives from other counties. Got to meet, what was it, gentleman? He had been 51 or 52 years with Queen Anne's County Water and Sewer. Was it Queen Anne's?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the stories he talked about. Of course, they have critical area as well. Some of the stories he told, it was nice listening to him.
John Nickerson.
Commissioner Hance introduced me to him, but it was nice talking to him. And again, I can't say enough about Saturday, how well it went. The Home for the Holiday celebration downtown Prince Frederick, from the parade, arts and crafts, food vendors, Linden House had open tours. They had carolers of the time there. They had an ice skating rink set up at the sheriff's office, Santa and other activities at King Park for the kids. Christmas tree lighting followed that at 4:30 in front of the courthouse. That went well. But none of this would have been possible without the staff. I mean, the staff from, I hate to mention them, all the staff, but I have to. But I'm sure I'll miss somebody. So if I miss you, I'm sorry. I apologize ahead of time. But Parks and Rec was there to help out. They coordinated a lot. Calvert Broadcast was able to live stream all the events. Department of Public Works put together a float for the parade. Just everybody in county government. And like I said, it took a team. Bob, you mentioned the team concept. Without that team concept, none of that would have happened. To wrap up, I'm just wishing everybody Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope everybody has a safe holiday season and enjoy your time with your family. Thank you.
Thank you. So I have a lot today. First of all, Breezy Point. I thought if someone interpreted my response as it's no big deal, I'm sorry, because I didn't intend to say that. I think what I said in most of my responses was that the Director of Parks and Rec, who oversees Breezy Point, came to us and asked that she wanted to make a change in the camping arrangements at Breezy Point. She presented the pros and cons of how that would work, and the board ended up supporting her in that decision. As I told gentlemen as recently as yesterday, if it doesn't work out the way they intended, it can go back to seasonal camping. But, this board generally supports our staff when they come forward with proposals, and that's what we did in this case. And I believe we did reply to every individual that sent us an email. If not, we can provide you with those emails if they didn't get to you. You can see Super Katie after the meeting, and she'll make sure you get copies of those responses. And in reference to what Commissioner Grasso said, we got a very disheartening email from a teacher last week, I believe. A teacher who is 5 years from retirement. I don't know how long you have to serve in the Calvert County teacher system to get retirement. She's 5 years from retirement. She's contemplating leaving. And she outlined in this very lengthy email the situation in the classrooms today. And she said it all escalated after COVID. Now, you need to know, she was an elementary school teacher. Elementary school. That's 1 through 6th grade. The students are so disrespectful to her. Last year, she transferred to the middle school because she thought those students were a little older and maybe they had matured more. What she found out was that wasn't true. And she was involved in a situation one day where there was a school event where the kids weren't in class. They were allowed to participate in activities, and the activity that she was a part of became overrun with students and out of control, and she was physically, verbally attacked, dragged into a corner, and beaten by a student. And the other students stood around and laughed and joked about it. The principal popped his head in there, this was before she got beaten, and gave her no support. She knew what was coming, ignored her in her email and her interpretation, laughed and said, it's, just deal with it. So I did contact the superintendent last night, and he said the student that attacked her was disciplined, although he can't talk about it because, that's what we do today. We protect our kids and can't talk about what happened to him. I also asked him what happened to the principal, because I think he bears responsibility, because she knew what was coming, and he walked out. She contacted the school administration. I don't know if she contacted the school board or just the administration. She contacted the teachers union and got no response from anybody. No support. She feels like she's out on an island by herself, and as Commissioner Grasso, scared to death for her life. Because she thinks the student said that day, I'm going to kill you. And as Commissioner Grasso said, and for that to occur in Calvert County is just frightening, because that's not who we are. And I will give the new superintendent a little credit. I think he's trying to improve a little bit over the previous superintendent. But she mentions in her email that you can't teach a class anymore. The kids are on their phones, which should be banned, but apparently we still don't have the guts to do that. They're on their phones, they're listening to music in their ears, they don't pay any attention to what's going on in class. She feels like she's wasting her time, and now she feels like her life is in danger. She's teaching middle school. These ain't high school kids. She went from elementary to middle school. This is just horrible. And I tell everybody I'm old, and I grew up in a different school system, and I just can't begin to comprehend how we put up with this. In my day, your parents wouldn't put up with it. Apparently today, parents are different. They didn't take the same training my parents took, and they would not allow things to go on in the schools. So I'm as you can tell, upset about this as Commissioner Grasso is, and the school board and the administration needs to do something, because it's only going to get worse. I tell everybody, when students misbehave, if there are no consequences, what have you taught them? And then they're going to become adults, and how are they going to be as adults? So we are just setting up this society for failure because we are scared to death of students and children and their parents who think it's okay. So I got to talk about something else.
Can I just put one thing in there? Also take into consideration, this is impeding the education of your children and your grandchildren. Our youngest son and our daughter-in-law took their children out of public school because our granddaughter in middle school was frightened to go to school because the fights would break out and she'd get shoved into a wall and come home scared to death. They're now in private school, and they're thriving and surviving. That's criminal. Our tax dollars pay for this, pay for every darn bit of it.
And people have criticized us for asking questions of the Board of Education and doing audits. Just so you know, in the last 3 years, this board has given the school system almost $30 million in new funding. New funding. As was mentioned, we were at Mako this week. I spoke with my fellow commissioners from other counties. At least 2 other counties in the last 3 years have given their school systems not 1 penny in new money. So we get kind of tired of hearing that they need more money. They've gotten almost $30 million in the last 3 years in new money. St. Mary's County gave their school board last year, what, $5 million? $5 million. Charles County gave their system $7 million. Their systems are all much larger than theirs. We gave our system $13 million. So we're getting kind of tired of hearing it's not enough money. And that's why we've asked for audits and where the money's going. And I do have to say that I want to thank Lisa Grennis, who's with us today, who's on the school board, and Jana Post for asking questions and getting shot down every time they ask a question. It's just, I'm sorry, I need to move on.
I know.
So we did, as you heard, we received our AAA bond rating, which is very important because this year we do have a very large bond sale. And the reason AAA bond rating is important is because it reduces the interest rate that we have to pay on those bonds, which are, a bond is just a loan. So we'll have a pretty significant bond sale here in a couple weeks, and we hope that's going to be successful. I too can't thank staff enough for Saturday's events. Unfortunately, I couldn't be here, but as Commissioner Allen mentioned, I just can't thank all the people. Need to thank the Calvert County Fair Board and the Calvert County Optimist Club for their help and their support, the parade. I want to thank Jake's Produce for donating the nice Christmas tree we have out front here, and the Calvert County Garden Club for doing our decorations. If you drive through Punch Lake at night, it's pretty nice.
Sure is.
And Saturday was a great event, so really appreciate all their efforts. As I mentioned earlier, the Budweiser Clydesdales are going to be in North Beach on this coming Sunday from 4 to 6. This is not a beer commercial, but if you like seeing horses, you might want to take your kids out to North Beach on Sunday evening to see the Clydesdales.
If you've never seen them, it is very impressive, and they actually stop like they did at the old days at an establishment or a restaurant, and they'll make a delivery, all dressed up in the way they used to dress back in, when they did deliver with horse and wagon.
Commissioner Hart's already said we need some Clydesdales in the parade next year, so
I think we can make that happen.
he's got to work on his distributor to see if we can get that to
I
happen.
think we can make that happen.
But, and again, this is our last meeting before Christmas. We've had some fun today. Want to thank Santa for coming out today. You know, it wasn't easy getting Santa here. He has a flight exemption for Christmas Eve, but we had to get Pax River to sign off so he could fly in this morning and drop off our coal. And we do really appreciate Santa, you joining us today. And just want to take an opportunity to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas or whatever your holiday is for this season, and that you take time to spend with your family. And I think that we all of us wish you a very, very happy holiday season, and that you have a safe holiday. And with that, have a motion?
Yes, sir, Mr. President. I move we go to exec session pursuant to general provisions, Article Section 3-305 of the Annotated Code of Maryland. Executive session pursuant to 3-305B5 to consider the investment of public funds. Executive session pursuant 3-305B7 to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice. Executive session pursuant to 3-305B8 to consult with staff, consultants, or other individuals about pending potential litigation. Executive session pursuant to 3-305B15 III to discuss cybersecurity where the public body determines that public discussion would constitute a risk to deployments or implementation of critical infrastructure or security devices. All that.
Second.
Have a motion and a second that we go into executive session. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Christmas.
Merry
Everyone have a
Christmas,
very Merry
everyone.
Christmas and a Happy
Thank
New
you all.
Year.